Have you ever prayed and heard nothing back? No answer, no miracle, no sign, just silence. In those moments, it's easy to wonder, God, where are you? But what if God's silence doesn't mean he's absent? What if he's working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see? Long ago, a young woman named Esther found herself at the center of a crisis. A powerful official named Haman had devised a plan to destroy the Jewish people throughout the Persian Empire. The situation looked hopeless. The enemy was powerful. The king was unaware, and God's voice seemed silent. In fact, throughout the entire book of Esther, God's name is never mentioned. No burning bush, no parted sea, no voice from heaven, just silence. Yet behind the scenes, God was moving. A sleepless night caused the king to read old records. A forgotten act of loyalty by Mordecai was suddenly remembered. A series of seemingly ordinary events began to unfold with perfect timing. Then Esther courageously approached the king, risking her own life to save her people. What looked like coincidence was actually divine providence. What looked like silence was actually God's hand at work. In the end, Haman's evil plan failed. The Jewish people were saved, and Esther discovered that God had placed her in the palace for such a time as this. The miracle wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was undeniable. God had been working all along, and that's often how he works in our lives. Sometimes God is silent, but he is never absent. When you can't see him, he's still guiding. When you can't hear him, he's still working. When you think nothing is happening, he is arranging circumstances in ways only he can, because faith isn't trusting God only when he speaks. Faith is trusting him when he seems silent. And one day you'll look back and realize that during the season when you thought God was absent, he was carrying out his plan the entire time. God's silence is not God's absence. Even when you cannot see him working, he is faithfully moving behind the scenes for his purpose and your good.